followers. Those two incontrovertible facts right there should help explain this disconnect between the Galilean peasant revolutionary and the celestial Son of God. The audience changed.
A colleague of mine was trying to grapple with this and also put it in a nutshell, and we were kicking around this idea: how do we get from the live, the real man growing up in Galilee as essentially a peasant to the Lord? And her idea was marketing. Is that part of it? The new religion faced a marketing challenge in the early years?
Yes, and this is what that challenge was. I said earlier that there were many, many other messiahs in Jesus' time, and that they all more or less faced the same end as Jesus, because the very words, "I am the Messiah," is a treasonable offense in the Roman Empire. Now, here's the thing. Every one of those messiahs died without doing the principal task, without accomplishing, I should say, the principal task of the Messiah, which according to Judaism is the recreation of the kingdom of David. And so we refer to all those other messiahs as failed messiahs. But here's the problem, is that according to Jewish law, Jesus was as successful a messiah as all those other messiahs. He too did not do what the Messiah was supposed to do. According to everything that's been written or thought about the Messiah in Judaism, a dead Messiah is no longer the Messiah. And the followers of all the other messiahs, once their Messiah was killed without doing what he was supposed to do, those who survived went home. They abandoned the movement. Obviously, this person was not the Messiah. Jesus' disciples did not. Buoyed by this ecstatic experience that they had of the risen Jesus, however you want to define that, they faced a serious and almost incomprehensible problem. If Jesus did not do what the Messiah was supposed to do, either he wasn't the Messiah, or we have misunderstood what the Messiah is supposed to do. And they chose the latter. They redefined what the Messiah meant. It was no longer an earthly function, but a heavenly function. It was not about recreating the kingdom of God on earth. It was about establishing the kingdom of God in heaven. And by redefining what was a failure into a victory, they helped spread this message, not to a Jewish audience, but with a Roman audience. And in a sense, that's kind of the fateful decision that ultimately would give birth to what we now know as Christianity. So if you want to talk about it as a marketing problem, then that's fine. But in a sense, all ministry, all missionizing is a form of marketing. And in this case, this was a very, very smart decision on the part of Jesus's followers.
Often when we have religion scholars on the show, it seems we're always running into this kind of electric fence, the fence dividing human history on one side, religious ideas, concepts on the other side. How charged is that electric fence in your view?
We have to always remember that when we're talking about religion, we're talking about something that is not so much about beliefs and practices as it is about identity. The phrase, I am a Christian, I am a Jew, I am a Muslim, these are identity statements. And so they encompass a whole range of other identities: ethnicity, culture, nationality, politics, economic views, social views, gender, sexual orientation. It's all one and the same. It's all wrapped up into who you are as an individual.
And that's very charged stuff all over the world, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. So, you're not just talking about what people believe, you're talking about who people are. And you can never forget that.
Listen, I'm fascinated by your mom. You converted her to Christianity when you were a Christian, and then when you rediscovered your Muslim roots, she remained a Christian.